Yes, Hitler's Luftwaffe was everywhere in all of Europe during the Second World War, and they needed to protect this investment that the aircraft was. And right there used to be a German Luftwaffe airfield, and we are going to show you exactly how they protected their airfield and their investments of the Luftwaffe. Me and Eagle Eyes, we are at this fantastic special little location that belonged to the German Luftwaffe. It's an anti-aircraft gun position, which is very, very special. And the only thing you can see on the hillsides next to this place are these things here.
Bricks.
That is bricks. And why are there bricks everywhere here in the terrain? Well, that's what we're here for. We're going to find out exactly what took place on the top of this tiny little hill and show you the strategic importance of this position. The German Luftwaffe airfields were so important all over Europe. The basic goal for the Luftwaffe was to take out any kind of infrastructure or position that the Allies had around Europe, and this place was no exception. Today, there's nothing to tell you that the German activity was here, but there are actually clues that you can find even today, and they are in the terrain. You have to read the terrain, but on the top you can actually find so much easier the pieces of what that infrastructure was, namely the anti-aircraft gun positions, or what we call Flak, Flugzeugabwehrkanons. The reason for the Germans to pick this tiny little hill here, that has got something to do about the airfield and the position of the airfield. So you can see the airfield is over here. This is a high vantage point. Everybody knows that a high vantage point is a kind of advantage towards the enemy, and that is why they put it up here. But also the flak guns needed to be on top to be able to take out Allied aircrafts coming in, and that's what it was all about. Yep, so now you get a little bit more kind of orientated, and we are now gonna go up to the different structures that are here. And this is exciting because I've never seen some of these structures that they have here, and I want to figure out exactly what took place. So Eagle Eye said, "Daddy, there's something going on the mountainside," and he's right. Of course he's right, that's why he's Eagle Eyes. But also he said, "Daddy, look at that. And there are steel cables, look at that." And I think this could have been either the barbed wire fence systems around here, or it could have been camouflage canvas system on top of what we're going to see further up. And I'm scouting for coal pieces to see if they dumped coal down this hillside, because they needed to heat what we're going to show you further up. Hit the bunkers and things up, and they did that by using coal, and they would often dump them in the hillsides and slopes down below. But now we're going to figure out what that little detail is. You want to see what Eagle Eye just discovered? Boom. What is it?
Ring stand.
It's a ring stand, or ring stand, whatever. We think it could either be a mortar position or it is a MG position that the Germans put all the way on the edge here. Let me show you how or why. This is the position. Follow my finger. That is the airstrip. You see that? Airstrip and defensive position to take out whoever tried to either come in by this little area of water here, or maybe even take them out by having a MG that could actually also point up towards the sky there. This is fascinating to see how they put this here. Wow. And I can even see a huge concrete rock construction on the top. So most definitely the Germans dug in here. The Luftwaffe wanted to have full control of the area, and that's exactly what they could get here. This doesn't look to be... Oh, this is much bigger. It's not a machine gun position. It's actually, I think it's a panzer turret bunker, where they have a Czechoslovakian panzer turret. I'm not 100% sure, but let me show you on the picture what I think used to be here. Yeah, it's basically the footprint. You can see in others of our videos that we have found these before. Why? Because there are metal attachments. So there was a huge metal turret then you get a drift of what they had there. So it's a Panzer turret from a Czechoslovakian tank, and yeah, they had machine gun and even a Panzer gun on the side of that turret. And I can see something here. This is, let me see. Yeah, the entrance is most likely over here. And I can see there used to be a trench going up there, but it's been filled in. And the entrance is right there. So that's fully covered with these branches and stuff. So this is a munition pocket that they had. And you can see down here, there's a couple of rooms. I'm gonna go down there no matter what. So I want you to say this, so give me a second. This is a very cool flashlight, Olight Seeker 2 Pro. Highly recommended. All right, let's go inside. There are some nettles that just burnt my hand. And how is this layout? Well, you can see it here. This is where I said they would come in. And I can see there was most likely an entrance on the top. Entrance point up there. Very cool. And then this is into the munition storage. You can see here, there's some kind of pedestal there. I've never seen that before. What is that all about? So we have a little ventilation shaft. Sometimes there will be writing either on the ceiling or the walls. I'll actually show the stockpile of the munition and types inside. And there's a, wow, it's pristine. It's untouched except for some trash on the bottom. Very nice, a lot of mosquitoes in here. So cool. So one room there, it would be primary, let me show you. Primary munition would most likely be stocked up on that little room out there. Oh, there are spiders falling down in my hair. We have entrance. We have this huge room. That pedestal I've never seen before, but I'm guessing for munition. And then you come up here. Wow, there's an old piece of bottle there. Could have been German. And then you come up here, and this is the view. Of course, you would be inside this metal dome, so it doesn't matter. You couldn't have seen it like we do here. But then, now you understand, standing here, you have full control of the waterway here, and the land around, and even up in the sky. Wow. Let's go to the top and see what the Germans hid away up there. That's easier said than done to get up there, but you can just see something going on the top there, and there's even something going on up there. This place has got much more than we thought it would have, and the Panzer turret bunker entrance is there. So let's go right up there. I want to take the opportunity to say a massive thank you to all of you who support our work, Patreon team members and PayPal donors, and of course for all of you watching, subscribing, hitting the notification bell and commenting. Thank you for being here. It really enables us, especially me as a single dad, to be able to, you know, teach my son about this stuff and share with all of you. So highly appreciate it. Look at that thing there. Holy cow, these walls are so thick. Looks like a fortress by itself. Wow. Is that a shooting position actually? We have to go up there. Come on, let's see what's up there. I can see a pattern here. But why these huge, massive cutouts? I think there was a barrack inside here or something. What on earth is this? Let's see if we can get inside there. All right, new battery in. On the top, several very interesting features here. First of all, we're on the top side of this thing here. And look here, they actually made a staircase going down into it. So I'm guessing this is one of these very special, one-of-a-kind things that you will find on the Atlantic Wall. This is kind of like a structure that was never intended by the organization TOT, who were responsible for most of the work that the Germans did along the areas where the you know, the Germans came in and took whatever they wanted. So, wow. I think this was once upon a time once sort of barrack or something, but at the same time, I think they made it possible so they can actually shoot out from the different openings here. So what you can see here is that there was a layer of wooden planks here. So I think there could have been a barrack on top here, and this was the basement. But then in the basement they decided we need to have a place to withdraw it back to, and then we need to have thick walls, and then we need to have angled slots in the windows opening to be able to fire at a huge field. So you can see these are not 90 degrees coming out, they're like this, and that means you can fire wider. And again, right there is the airstrip. What an exciting position. I have to be honest, I never thought that we'd be able to find these things here, but that image didn't lie, and it's still here in plain view. Actually, tons of people pass by every day. They don't realize that this little gem is here. Absolutely fantastic. Let's go up that path or this staircase here, and we'll check the I think I saw a 20mm pack of Flak 38 anti-aircraft gun position on the top there. So in these stairs, Helmut, Wilhelm and Hans, they ran up and down when the orders were given. Get your firearms, get ready at your positions. And now we are walking in the same footpaths as they did. And I have to say, it makes me proud to be able to do this. This is no copy-paste. We don't read out of black and white books and show you images that others have recorded. We do it ourselves. And we're actually very proud of that. And we're very proud that we can actually share with all of you. We see something really cool. This is where the farmers' cows would walk and all of that. And then suddenly on the top here, you have this first little feature here. So we have some sort of small, low walls. But how can we say that this was a anti-aircraft gun position that protected the Luftwaffe? Well, let me show you. When you come in here, you can see there's a half-circled wall here. Very easy to put an MG down here. Da, 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 da. Same thing, huge wild field of shooting position. And then you come inside here, things starts to kind of make a little pattern. And suddenly, yeah, there are munition storages, what we call munition pockets right there. 1, 2, maybe 3. Maybe communication equipment, and even the underground little storage or shelter here on the top. And again, all with one purpose, to protect the Luftwaffe investment in the area. And I think that right here, there used to be a Flak 38. I'm going to go to the top and show you how it looks from the top side. That is, to me, an anti-aircraft gun position, and it could have looked something like this. Imagine that crew working hectically on the top here to kind of prevent any attacks being successful. The airfield is there, the Stukas, the Messerschmitts, the Junkers, the Hinkels, they were all lined up here. And of course, you had to protect them. And by this position here, I think they made a really good statement and had the good possibility to do that. But there are more structures here. But look at this place here. Just imagine, as I said, Hans, Wilhelm or Friedrich, they worked here. This was their workspace. They knew it in and out. They knew exactly what to do, which lever to pull and which direction to go. And when the firing solution came, they could take down almost any Allied aircraft coming in here. Eagle Eyes found this thing here. What is that?
But you can enter.
It's like an underground something. Let me see. I can get my flashlight to work here. Okay. What is that? Did you go inside, all the way inside?
I saw it.
I think it's a munition storage which has kind of been filled in during the years, and this is the only thing that's left. Wow. So all you can see from these bastards, they will sting you so bad. Last year I put my knee in one of these, and you know, I got blisters big as coins. So Stay away from me. But this is kind of underground here. And let me show you. All that I'm stepping on top of now is this kind of munition storage, which I think is the secondary munition storage for the anti-aircraft gun. But then when you come over here, look at that. There's another position. This looks very much to be like a fire and control position, where the fire and control crew would stay to make out the directions and the ranges and the headings and all of that. And again, anti-aircraft gun position, this very strange barracks that we went down into, the panzer turret bunker further down there, this position here. It's not, that's not all, there's more. So, but this thing here, I think would have been either a very light anti-aircraft gun position, could have been a machine gun actually on a tripod. Let me show you a picture of that. Wow, fascinating place. This is just next to the road. Cars are passing by me just a few meters away. And I think this could actually also be one of these anti-aircraft gun positions. More kind of like open, but this is a separate wall here, over here. And there's this room that goes down into the ground. Is that cool or what? But there's even more. Incredible cool place. Did you know that you can become a World War II History Hunter team member, and the artifacts here could be passed on to you in this manner and fashion here by creating beautiful World War II dioramas and displays? You can be the future keeper of something very, very special by the history and the history hunting that we share together. Check out the link in the video description. You can click that and you can become a Patreon team member if you want to. Different kind of perks with for your eyes only videos, travel vlogs, restoration projects, all of that good stuff. And if you want to know more, check out the supporter videos in the beginning of each month. But now let's continue our little adventure. If only some of these trees could talk or tell us a story. Were they here? These were definitely not. Could that have been? I'm not sure. Maybe it was very, very small at that time. Maybe the German soldiers, Friedrich and Hans, they leaned into that, smoked their pipes and discussed, you know, the situation in the fatherland. I don't know. Interesting to kind of have our imagination helping us out in that way. But wow, oh, this is absolutely cool. This is a third anti-aircraft gun position. Oh my goodness, there's even more further down. Yeah, you can definitely see this is a different layout. But again, the munition storage down there. And we have, let me see. We have munition pockets here. Entrance area. Trench going down there. Wow. This is fascinating, I have to say. I'm going to see if I can take you into the position itself. And there again is that very strange barrack, heavy duty fortified. And there's a very special thing here. I'm going to show you that later. But let's go inside this one. You see here, eagle eyes? I think this was a 20 millimeter. It could have been actually bigger, but very typically. Oh, yeah, he pointed it out right away. I'm going to show you that as well. But now I'm inside the workspace of the German Flak crews. And inside here, the munition could have been stacked up. And they would come in from this side here. Today, there's nothing that can tell you whatsoever. Oh, wow, I shouldn't have said that. Can you see where I'm standing? Wow, shouldn't have said there's no traces at all, because there are. Oh, wow. Haha, this is so cool. This is a piece of barbed wire, which is just, oh, there's a lot of it down there. And as I said, we are most definitely going to make sure that some of this comes with us. I'm going to find some loose ends, which I can see further back there. And that is definitely coming with us. And we're going to pass that on to some of our supporters. Holy cow. German combat barbed wire in very good condition right there. That tells its story by itself. Wow. But there's a detail here that Eagle Eyes has actually learned to recognize. And he just smiled and he pointed and he said, well, he didn't say anything. I know exactly what it was. So that's going to prove.
What is down there?
I think it's a munition storage, something. Yeah. But let's show them the feature that you found. There's something strange with that hole. What is going on? Where is Eagle Eyes? Yeah, Eagle Eyes knows exactly what that used to be. That's a cooling tub for the anti-aircraft gun barrels. So imagine the crew here firing crazy up into the sky or whatever against the Allied attacks. And then, boom, when the barrel would get too hot, they would just dip it in here. There would be, it's not pure water, it was a mix. So we dip the barrel in there. Very often this would be also coated with bitumen, so it wouldn't leak on the bottom. And then when the barrel was cooled, they could slam it onto the gun and then constantly kind of be able to shoot with the gun and the barrel cooling off right there. Very cool. So we want to see something very special. Boom. I have got no clue, but I can see there's a very special defensive position right there as well. This is a mystery because these things are so heavy. Wow, look at that. Do you think the cables would run in there?
Yeah.
I think that's the communication cables running in the tube. But that is massive. I'm starting to think they could have had generators in the basement and then they had searchlights. So could this have been a searchlight position as well as an anti-aircraft gun position? And I see another staircase, so why don't we go down into that thing and see a little bit more about it. But you can see definitely there were two stories. There was this lower one and they had planks going back and forth to either produce a pedestal for something on top. For all I know, there could have been a flak gun on top of this one as well. I'm not sure, because I've never read anything about these structures. They're totally non-taught Regelbaus or standardized structures. They're something completely different. Wow, this is an impressive site.
Are you seeing that?
Yeah, see the staircase and there is something going on there. Is that a fighting position again?
Fighting.
I'm gonna see if I can find that tube coming in here. More brakes everywhere. And there's a staircase. That means they had to transport the troops very quickly up and down into the terrain. That's why they did that. And there's this kind of half circle thing here. But also, I want to go inside in this one. Wow. There's a lot of stuff that came down. But where is that metal tube? I want to see if there are some cables poking out of it. Maybe it came in the ground. I'm not sure. But it's the same thing here. You can see these huge openings. But this is not like a, like an old fort or something that you would kind of fight out from, I guess. But look at that. That is very special. Never seen that before. There's a lot of, maybe this is where they had the kind of second floor. You see these planks? These boards could have gone from this side to the other side. I think they did actually. And there's a second, what the heck is going on there? You see here, there's a lot of boards going here. And then you have boards going in there. And then you have, what is going on? This is so weird. Never ever seen anything like it. Absolutely astonishing. But they improvised, most definitely must have improvised, because there's no other way they could have kind of fit structures on the top here like they needed, and then they just had to figure out some way to do it, and I guess this is what they built. Oh yes, spectacular little thing here. I'm going to show you in the photo. Absolutely crazy. I have to say, absolutely crazy. They really put an effort into creating this little hill as a formidable fighting position to protect the Luftwaffe investment, the aircraft, the runways and the airstrip. And we found it. Oh boy, did we find it. Oh boy, that was such a surprise. What an incredible little hill. That is one of Hitler's most effective kind of weapon systems, the Flak hills. They took advantage of the hills around the areas of the airstrips and fortified them all the way to the teeth. And I have to say thank you for letting us have the opportunity to go out and do this. It is absolutely only because of your great support that we can go out and do that. So if you want to help us out a little bit with a little tip or something to fill up the gas tank, you're more than welcome to use the new super thank you feature on the YouTube channel. Just click that. If you want to help us out, well, be our guest. All right. We are not just into the Luftwaffe system or the happenings of the Luftwaffe. We are also checking out allies, aircrafts and airfields and crash sites, and we are working on some beautiful Spitfire and Lancaster projects that we're going to show you later. But as I said, the Luftwaffe, they needed to protect all they had and their investments of the airfields, and that is what this little hill was an example of. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to all our Patreon and PayPal supporters already in there. You are the guys and girls as well, so who helps us out to go out and do what you see. And it's just me, my little son and my daughter sometimes, that we've done this for so many years, and we are just so honored and privileged to be able to do it. So thank you for being here. All right, we'll definitely see you in the next one, so keep safe and keep smiling, and bye-bye.